Are esports a pain to watch? There's this Twitter post that I saw recently saying that, Valorant is, in his opinion, not really a tier 1 esport because it's a pain to watch, right? That is just the only screen, that's just one screenshot. There was another screenshot that I saw where they were playing on Bind. I think both clips were on Bind, or both screenshots, rather. And there's the whole debate of Overwatch, right? That Overwatch, there's too much going on the screen. It's a pain to watch, but people still watch Overwatch. People still watch Valorant, right? You look at Fortnite, right? You have these end games where, everyone's boxed up, everyone's tarping out and all this and all that, right? It's pretty clear that the esports side of a game can be very different from the normal side of the game, right? But I think it was really interesting to see people's takes on the whole idea, right? In my opinion, esports aren't really a pain to watch, right? Because at least you somewhat know what's happening, right? Now, obviously, I play Valorant, I play Fortnite, I play Overwatch, I know what's going on, but I don't play League, right? And every time I see League, it is, to me, yes, that is hard to watch because I get the main objective. I think the main objective is that, there's this giant board. Each character does their own thing. They all have different lanes that they go to. And you have to, take down these towers, right? You have, the player characters. Then you have the NPCs that just kind of, walk around. They're, little, minion things. And, I've seen, all the abilities. I know who Faker is, right? I haven't really seen him play. But, I've seen the clips. I'm like, what is he doing, right? I have no idea, right? When it comes to esports, I mostly watch Fortnite, right? I'm a big fan of, Clicks, Tayson, right? If you know Become Legends Esports, Cammy, Seti, Teak, right? I can name off so many pros from the top of my head, right? And they're all insane at the game, right? And esports as a whole is very interesting, right? I've been really looking at the Valorant space and all that. Valorant, right, with all the character abilities all happening at once, of course that can be a pain, right? But the overall viewing experience of Valorant, in my opinion, isn't really all that bad. I've seen people say, oh, watching esports is boring, right? That's another thing I've seen a lot. Oh, it's boring, right? It's boring to watch FNCS. It's boring to watch the ESL or the PGL, right? It's quote-unquote boring, right? And it's interesting, right? Because for such a long time, I've been saying that I don't really find actual sports football or soccer or anything like that. I never found it entertaining, right? But there are some people out there that do, right? When it comes to pros, I like seeing their, in Fortnite, I like seeing their drop spots, right? I like seeing who's contested and who comes out, on top at the end, right? Because there are these two great players and they're just, how do I explain it? They're butting heads like crazy, right? I mentioned Clicks earlier, right? Clicks, what was it? It was Chapter 2, Season 6. It was Bizzle Booga Clicks, right? Or the BBC, as they call themselves. They were contested by Tahi, Sprite, and Gabe, right? And as much as I love Clicks, I love Bizzle, I love Booga, they got smacked, okay? And at the point they were losing crazy, I think it was pretty clear that they were kind of griefing. But anyway, that whole thing is very interesting to me, right? I like seeing the end games, and of course, like I said, pros are going to play a certain way to try to win, right? You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to Valorant and Overwatch, it's no different, right? I'm pretty sure it's the same thing with League, right? You can't expect every League player to be Mini Faker, right? He's the only pro I know from League. Like, I think there was someone named Caps that I've seen, but like, I don't know if he like still competes or anything. I don't know, but you get the idea, right? So when I watch League and I'm already confused, I'm like, is this like I don't know what's a good player or what isn't, right? I don't know. It's a very interesting conversation. Are esports really a pain to watch? In my opinion, not really. Maybe some. Maybe if you don't really understand it. It's kind of a pain to watch, but for the most part, I really don't think so. I like esports. Most of my kind of like esports time, like watching, is FNCS, right? But I have watched ESL, PGL, the Valorant Masters or whatever. I don't know what they call it. Whenever there's a tournament going on, I'll watch it, you know. But yeah, very interesting conversation. Just something to kind of, have a thought about. Yeah, I was thinking like 10 steps ahead of you, buddy.
Drink that mini shield. Drink the mini. You know you're weak.
Full box? Oh my god.